there, and welcome to the Contentment Creator Podcast, the podcast designed especially for creative entrepreneurs just like you, who are committed to a beautiful life that's rooted in courage and contentment, and that's blooming with creativity and prosperity. I'm your host, Broen, a certified life coach, a singer, a mother, and a lover of alliteration, dogs, and deep conversation. This podcast is designed to become part of your daily routine to help you, fellow contentment creator, dig deep, to clarify your life vision, catalyze your creative flow, and fuel your entrepreneurial fire in just a few inspiring minutes each day. Each episode will focus on how it truly is possible for you to be and have all that you desire through leveraging creative and courageous perspectives and practices. Please follow and rate this show on whatever podcast app you listen on, so you never miss a day, and join me in my mission to help a world full of content creators become a world of contentment creators. Each Wednesday, we'll talk about community, and today's episode is all about calling bullshit on transactional networking. I'm gonna keep it real with you today. Mama's got a hot take, and I'm coming in spicy. I want to sink my teeth into what the phrase "your network is your net worth" really implies, and separate the meat from the gristle. And that concludes the chicken wing references for today's episode. You are welcome. Now, you've probably heard it in motivational speeches, on LinkedIn posts, or from that one friend who won't stop pitching their business. But is it actually true? Or is it just another catchy phrase that oversimplifies success? Let's get into it. At its core, your network is your net worth is rooted in a valid concept. Relationships matter. LinkedIn held a study that reported 85% of professionals believe that networking is the primary source of employment in the world. For marginalized communities, especially women and people of color, building strong networks can be a game changer. As Minda Harts, the author of the memo, explains, creating connections in professional spaces can help break down systemic barriers and offer opportunities that wouldn't exist otherwise. Networks can amplify voices, share resources, and create access to rooms that were previously closed. And let's not forget, having a solid network isn't just about who you know, but how well you know them. Networking done right is about relationships built on trust, reciprocity, and mutual respect. But here's where it gets messy. Not all networks are created equal, and I believe when we ascribe too much truth to this phrase, it leads to transactional and shallow connections. As someone who values and prides herself on vulnerability and being real, I think that this is the thing about networking I can't get behind. When people see each other as means to an end or social capital to cash out on one day, you can feel it. Taking this phrase to heart turns the chance for deep relating into a game of clout chasing. This is the new car salesman ick of our generation. The person standing in a crowded room, not looking at people, but at deals to be made or followers to gain. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend picking up Lynn Twist's The Soul of Money, in which she argues that chasing social capital can erode authentic connections and perpetuate scarcity thinking, where relationships are less about meaning and more about what's in it for me. In an age where the word narcissist is thrown around like beads on Mardi Gras, I can't help but think there's a connection here. So, is your network really your net worth? I'm going to stand firmly in my both and camp on this one. Yes and no. The truth lies somewhere in the middle. Building connections is essential, yes. But the phrase misses a key point. The quality of those connections matters far more than the quantity. Success isn't just about who you know. It's about who you are when you show up to the room. Relationships matter, yes, but I think authenticity matters more. If you carry over the principles we explored on the episode, Creating Your Community, Finding Belonging in Relationships, I think we'll all be one step closer to finding our people and manifesting the opportunities that we seek. In entrepreneurship especially, I'd rather relationships feel more like constellations than stepping stones. Each connection lights the way, creating a network that reflects your values and aspirations. And just like stars, The brightest one often shows up when you're simply enjoying the journey and not when you're frantically searching for it. So if you're in the business of growing your network right now, hear me out on a few key takeaways. Number one, prioritize relationships over transactions. Show people who you are more than what you do, and be curious about the same in others. When we're less interested in what we can get out of someone and more interested in what sets this person apart, the richer our network will become. Number two, give more than you take. Share resources, amplify others' voices, and pay forward opportunities. Consider preparing thoughtful questions that will open people up rather than set them up for yet another elevator pitch. Number three, build diverse networks. Look for people who see you and challenge you to see new perspectives. No one needs another echo chamber. Number four, don't network out of fear. If you feel you must know the right people to succeed, pause, breathe, reorient yourself to finding your community over building your network. And remember that what is meant for you will always find you. Thanks for tuning in to my fiery little rant today, and hopefully this topic sparked in you the desire to be more real. Whether you're building your network, net worth, or Netflix binge list, you do you, boo. And speaking of bringing the spice, join me tomorrow for a neuro-spicy take on consistency that might just change how you see it. If you enjoyed today's episode, please show your support by rating and reviewing in your app of choice. It would truly mean the world to me to hear from you. If you enjoyed today's episode, please like and comment on this video and subscribe to my channel. It would truly mean the world to me to hear from you.